Hi guys, and welcome back to Dream Queen. Okay, so I have my water ready and I have my candle. This is a message from your DM to his DF. Word I keep on hearing is she doesn't think about me much. Some of you are completely working on yourself, working on healing, working on trying to find your bliss, trying to find your journey. It's a beautiful thing. For those of you, I feel it's more of the physical body of the DM, that it's like, oh, she's, she thinks she's too good for me, or blah, 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 blah. And I say that because some of you are going to hear that, like, oh, you don't text me, you don't call me, you don't care about me, blah, 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 blah. Those are distractions that you need to avoid. Those are things that are going to be there to test you. That's for the half of you that are doing the work. For the half of you that are not the half, for the part of the small group, because there's a small group of you that are not doing anything other than getting high from videos. From those, I feel, is his soul. His soul feels like you don't care about him because you're not doing the work, because you're not taking the time, because you know that you need to do the work, because you know that you are the leader of this journey and you're choosing not to do it because you're too focused on what you see. Those are you stuck in the middle, where you're doing the work and you're getting stuck. It's both. Kind of like his soul and his body are fighting to take control. But they both feel like you don't think about them. Meaning, when you're physically with your DM, you forget about everything. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're not working on your healing, blah, 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 blah. And then, so her soul feels like you're not thinking of him, like you don't care for him anymore. And then when you're doing the work, as the first group, then his physical body feels like you don't care about him. So where would you want to be? I want to be with the first group. The one where his body feels like I don't care about him, because guess what? That's not what I'm trying to obtain. If I want to obtain your body, I can put on some cute lingerie, give you a call, send you a picture, blah, blah, blah. You'll be here in a second. It's your soul that I'm trying to reach. So as long as your soul doesn't feel like I am neglecting it, as long as your soul knows that I'm doing the work, that I am working towards balancing myself out, that is really all that matters. And that's what we have to understand. Do you want the physical part only of your DM? Because then if you do, when he texts you, oh, you don't text me, you don't call me, you don't care about me, oh, baby, come over. If that temporary satisfaction is enough for you, then go ahead, keep doing what you're doing. Whenever he comes around, forget about everything, forget about everyone, and just immerse yourself into him. Being honest, I know I got real loud there for a second. And I feel it's because the soul wants you to stop doing that. I'm not saying to ignore your DM when he comes around. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying is do not allow him to become everything when he's around. Because if you're not in full union, if you're not in union with your DM, then there's still work that needs to be done. And the physical things, physical words, the words that are coming out, oh, you don't love me, it's a way of manipulation to stop you from doing your work. So depending on where you're at in this journey, depends where the message is coming from. But in essence is, are you doing the work or are you not? Whoa, he just walked in the room like he owns the place. Both of them did, actually, both my dogs. Sorry for the fan. I have to try to keep it so that when she doesn't hear noise, when she hears a noise, she starts barking like crazy. No, I'm not getting up to close the door. You're just going to have to hear me over the fan. I don't know if I can get either of them to close the door. That'd be pretty cool, right? Yeah, they're not there yet. Not my doggies. Not my doggies. DMs are dealing with a lot right now as far as their environment. I feel that it has a lot to do with work. There's a lot of pressure on them when it comes to work. A lot of the DMs are, what is that word I'm trying to get? They're not getting rest. They're just hopping from one thing to the other. Like boom, 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 boom. Like really like not thinking about other things. So, take time to just align yourself and know that this is just a general read, obviously, that for those DFs that have not been doing work at all, how you feel emotionally, how you feel mentally and like spiritually, and with the highs and downs is exactly what seems to be happening in their life with work. Well, they'll have like a good week and then all of a sudden it's like they're afraid they're going to lose their job, or with family where they're like, you know, they're getting along with their mothers and their sisters and their brothers and cousins and whatever, and then the next day it feels like everybody's like trying to kill each other. So for those DFs, I want to stress, you need to start doing the work. You need to align yourself. You need to start working on aligning yourself so that they can start seeing more structure in their lives. The ones that have been working and feel like they're stuck, just take a step back and see where it is that you have to realign yourself. I feel that with that group, the DMs are in and out, hot and cold, back and forth. And not just with the communication with you, but in everything that they're doing in their lives, regardless of what it is, what they're doing. Like if they start working out, they'll work out for like 2 days and then they'll work out for like 2 weeks. When they're at work, they, you know, are taking preferences with certain co-workers and this and that. Like, it's just, they're trying to like, I want to say foot themselves, which is not the word, it's not a word. They're trying to stabilize themselves in every aspect of their life. So the more you work on figuring out where you're stuck, then in essence you're helping him get balance. So he's asking you to go inside and heal whatever it is that is keeping you stuck right now, so that he can, like, you know, by you doing that, he mirrors you. He mirrors you. Okay, I can't say that word right now. But he wants balance. He wants, you know, he wants to know what the heck he's doing. So in order for that, you need to balance yourself. For those that have been working and you're able to recognize your triggers right away, you're able to recognize what you need to work on almost immediately. He is projecting the same thing at work. So he is cutting the people off that are not working well with the team. He is cutting people off that do not agree with his opinion of you. He's just chopping things off. So as you're chopping those things that no longer serve you, as you're healing them, and you're just like, hey, bye, 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 he's doing the same. He's as you're aligning yourself spiritually, he's aligning himself in the physical world to move forward. I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming. Because that's what you're doing. That's beautiful. He wants you to know that, to put my gloves on, right? My fingers are starting to hurt. He wants you to know that he sees you. Whether you are in communication or not, which I feel that a lot of the people that watch this are in some type of communication. He sees you. When I say he sees you, not the physical sense, he sees your soul. So he knows that there are things that need to be chopped off in order to come towards you. And if you haven't watched the video of DF to herself, you should go ahead and watch that. I feel that, when we're not aligned and when we're bringing other energies into the collectives, messages get mixed as to who needs to hear it. So I'm eager to want to do a different style, and I just honestly trying to figure out a way to do it that it's not misunderstood. We're all at different levels, so some things come through for those that have been doing the work, those that feel stuck, and those that haven't. And I know that depending on where you're at, sometimes you get upset. Oh, why is hers coming and mine is not coming, and we're in the same reading? Well, sweetie, she has been putting in the work. She has been faithfully following her heart and her soul. You're still questioning if he's your DM or not. So you cannot expect the same results. So if a person sits down and eats healthy and is working out 3 or 4 times a week, and a person is eating pizza and sitting on their ass, you cannot expect them to look the same in 6 months. So the same comes when we're doing spiritual work. If, yes, watching videos, I would not discourage anyone from watching videos, because sometimes we need to hear certain messages. Sometimes we need that little extra high if we're battling something. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with the high, but if the high is all you're getting and you're not doing anything about it, then there's a problem. Regardless of whether you're doing the work or not, he sees you. He sees your soul. So if you're having a hard time, I communicate with my DM telepathically all the time. We're in union, so. But, he can be at work, and when he gets home, we'll be like, he'll say something, and I'll just start laughing. He said, well, I was like, I already knew that. He said, what do you mean? Oh, like, I'll text him something. He was like, seriously, are you in my mind right now? And we'll just, laugh it off. He still doesn't really know, about the twin flame or anything like that, but it's so cute. Yesterday, we went food shopping to BJ's, and we don't take our kids, I'm not gonna lie. It's too much to handle, 4 kids and grocery shopping, so we usually just go, the 2 of us. And we were acting like little kids. I was like, when we first got in, he was like, oh, do you need a booklet? I was like, yeah. And I just started walking, and he comes out of nowhere behind me and just grabs me and starts kissing me, and not anything over, but just when you're in high school and you have that high school sweetheart type of thing, and people are looking at us, and there was a couple that had 2 kids, and they're looking at us because of the way we're without saying words are intensively knowing, I don't know, feeding off of that. And she goes to her husband oh, I don't, wait until they have kids. So I was getting deli meat, and I kept ordering, and then the guy goes oh my God, because I got pepperoni, hard salami and pepperoni. So he was oh my God, you're gonna be making some really cool pizza. And I was like, oh no, this is lunch meat for our kids. And he was like, kids? And I was like, yeah, we have 4. And the couple just looked at us like, why are you so chirpy? Like, why are you so happy? Why are you guys like all over each other? You guys have 4 kids. But then again, I am focusing on working on me. He, yes, we are in union. We have our rough days, just like everybody else does. Really rough days where we can wake up and spend a couple of hours without saying a word to each other. We just keep moving forward because we both know that I know more, but he knows that there's something there and something that he's not willing to give up on. And the more that I spend working on myself, the more that I spend living in my bliss, the faster those, it used to be we would argue and he would pack his stuff and go to his mom's. For months, weeks. Then it would be, we would argue and we would just break up. 2 weeks later, he was dating somebody else. And a week later, he'll be back home. But what I'm saying is, the dynamic of our disagreements are completely different. Because no longer is neither of us perceiving what we're, like, if we do say something out of anger, if we do say something, or if he says something and I take it the wrong way, I'll tell him, like, I need a minute. Because I'm an in-your-face type of person. If you say something, I'm going to tell you how to make me feel right away. And sometimes I can be very aggressive. And I come on too strong. So I tell him, I need a minute. I take my minute, center myself, and then I figure out why it bothered me. I deal with it, and then we talk about it. There will always be trials. There will always be issues. The point here is if it's gonna take you an hour, a week, a month, a year, a century to fix the issues, that's up to you. Some of the videos you'll see him like opening the door and I'll be like, making videos, or he'll be like calling me like, I'm downstairs, let's go. Like, cause I'll tell him, I'll be like downstairs like in a minute. Like if we're gonna go somewhere, I'll be like, yeah, go down, I'll be there in a minute. And it is what it is, to be honest with you. So I'm gonna pull one out for the communication, the connection, and how he views you. So right now for communication with a lot of you, even though you're getting communications, we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. So a lot of them are trying to come towards their DF with logical communication. Like, we should really get together and, go to the movies. And you're probably thinking like, but why? And he's like, because, there's something there and we need to see what it is. When he really wants to say is like, you're freaking like my world, my heart belongs to you. Just freaking listen and fucking come to the movies with me. But I'm too afraid to say that directly to you. So where in your heart space are you holding fear? So are you scared of people knowing that you're a twin flame? Are you scared of people knowing of the unconditional love that you have for your DM and for everybody else? That he is reflecting that as far as what he's holding back to telling you. Then we have as far as he sees the connection, is the Knight of Pentacles. To me, this feels like he knows that being with you, all his dreams, all his hopes, all the things that he wants to accomplish, he can accomplish with you because he knows that you guys are two people that when you got come together, it's like there is no failure. There are going to be lessons that we're going to learn, and we're just going to move forward. And you know, people might say, oh yeah, a king is better for the connection, but you have to remember, we're not talking about a soulmate. We're talking about a twin flame. So we're both supposed to balance each other out. We're both supposed to bring different things to the table. So in an essence, a knight, what does a knife does? The king doesn't fight. A knight does. A knight goes and defends its palace, you know, the king and stuff like that. So to know that this connection can fight anything and everything that comes their way is a very powerful thing. If this is how he's feeling with the connection towards you. Now, the faster you heal and balance whatever fears you're having about your emotions towards your DM, whether it's you don't want to tell your mother, you don't want to tell your father, you don't want to tell whomever, it's just that you don't want to tell, then the faster his emotional self, his soul, can speak directly to you. Because regardless whether he's being emotional or not, he still knows that this is a connection that can withstand everything, and that together you can accomplish more than separate. He sees you as the Four of Wands. To me, the Four of Wands here represents complete balance. For those of you that are doing the work, he sees you as owning who you are as a person. And it's like you know what you know, and you're not letting anybody steer you from what you know. So again, I mean, obviously there are 3 different groups of us, the Fs, and we are in different levels. And whether you're in that level that has been doing the work and has been, you know, progressing, do not allow that to get to your head, because there's always going to be more work. There's always going to be another level. So just, you know, continue on doing what you're doing. If you feel stuck, definitely you can reach out, and if there's anything that I feel that I can do for you, I would definitely do it. If not, definitely go into Jupiter 1111, or if you need a little knowledge, just go to Sophia's page. But, you know, those of you that are stalking your egos, I really don't know what to say other than I am going to be praying and meditating on your behalf, so that you start to see where it is that you have to take responsibilities. So, where it is that you have to take responsibilities. So we'll see. I know I got cut off, so the group that hasn't started working, I'm just gonna, you know, I'm gonna be meditating very heavily on your energy and praying that you get clarity on what it is that you have to take responsibility for. Thank you for watching, guys.